Wrestling next on mat number 2, match number 23. From Johnston, and from Centennial, Henry Lee. Here with the victory on. Wrestling next on mat number 2, Kyton Osborne from Johnston versus Henry Lee from Centennial. And with the victory on mat number 1 from Johnston, George McAndrews. Wrestling next on mat 1. And from Centennial, Caden Conley. Now wrestling on mat 1, match number 24. Keegan Miller from Johnston versus from Centennial. On deck will be Ben Stevenson from Johnston versus Drew Cole from Centennial. In the hole, Tracy Tecklenburg versus Ben Roters. Wrestling next on mat number 2, match number 25 between Ben Stevenson of Johnston and Drew Cole from Centennial. Now wrestling on mat 2. Ben Stevenson, Johnston versus Drew Cole, Centennial. On deck, Trace Tecklenburg from Johnston versus Ben Broder from Centennial. And in the hole, Brody Styles and Ty Zeller. Once more, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ankeny Centennial High School, where tonight the Johnston Dragons take on the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Hometown fans, get on your feet, make some noise. Here come the Jaguars. We want to say thank you to you all for attending, and we congratulate the teams and coaches participating tonight. These matches provide each of us an opportunity to demonstrate how much we appreciate their efforts and dedication. Together, we can all set the standard for good sportsmanship. We ask that you please let the coaches coach, the officials officiate, and the wrestlers wrestle. Your job as a fan is to cheer on your team with encouragement and positivity. Thank you. And now it's time for your starting lineups. We will kick things off in weight class 157. Wrestling for 157, Owen Gilbert. And for Centennial, Max Dable. Up next, weight class 165, wrestling for Johnston, Caden Leonard. And for Centennial, Jacob Hand. In weight 5, wrestling for Johnston, Jacob Help. For Centennial, Ryan Smith. In weight class 190, wrestling for Johnston, Mason Rothler. And for Centennial, Danny Dable. In weight class 215, wrestling for Johnston, Colby Gibbons. For Centennial, Brooke Keller. In weight class 285, wrestling for Johnston, Nick Darling. And for Centennial, Winkle. In weight class 106, wrestling for Johnston is Ike Bierman, and Centennial is open. In weight class 113, wrestling for Johnston, Michael Diaz. And for Centennial, Carson Augie. In weight class 120, wrestling for Johnston, Chantrell Thompson. And for Centennial, Kale Vandermar. Weight class 126, wrestling for Johnston,
And good evening, everybody. This is Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Tonight, our wrestling has been presented since the beginning by Joe Bennett with Remax Precision. Joe Bennett Homes. Thank you so much, Joe. Great guy to check out and get your home bought or sold through. Joe Bennett with Remax Precision. Andy Pollock with you here tonight on Centennial Digital, where it is number 3, Johnston, the Dragons, here in town in the jungle to take on the number ranked Centennial Jaguars. Jaguars been plagued by injuries over the last couple weeks of the year. A little bit in the standings here, and if they can get everybody healthy here before the postseason, looking to make some waves in the dual side of things for sure. But right now, just on the outside looking in from being in that top 8 where they may be able to host regional final here to get themselves that dual tournament. But obviously wrestling, the home field advantage, home mat advantage, not quite as big as some other sports with it being one-on-one. So tonight, though, it's going to be the Dragons and the Jaguars getting set to go, and we will start at 1:57 tonight. And it is super sophomore Max Daybolt for the Jaguars taking on Owen Gilbert from Johnston. Daybolt, very, very talented wrestler on the national scene right now. He's brought in a lot of top programs around the country here to this Centennial Wrestling Room to check him out. And this will be Owen Gilbert, a sophomore as well, for Coach Aaron Tecklenburg and the Dragons. Daybolt works his way around and gets a quick takedown right away. See Daybolt working into that. Looked like he was going to try to throw in a cradle, doesn't there? Working the tilt, and they go off the mat. And they're going to go neutral as Daybolt cuts him. And we go to 3-1. Daybolt working on the head, quickly works his way around and picks that ankle and does a good job of staying on top there, and quickly into there. No back points as he just briefly had him there, had Gilbert there. Daybolt, though, with another takedown that he gets credited for, and it's 6-1, just like that. Just a couple seconds into this match at 1:57, and Max Daybolt, one of the top wrestlers in the country at his weight. You notice he's trying to work around. There he is. Rolled Gilbert through just a little bit there. And it looks like Daybolt's going to cut him loose once again and go for another takedown. No, he does not. Got him up and was going to try to cradle him from behind. Works there, gets him tilted again. Not quite all the way. Down. Can he get 3 of them there? Separates out once again, and it's already 9-1 in the first period. See if he tries to work to any more back points or cuts him loose for another takedown. Looks like he's going to try to get some more back points. Couldn't quite roll him through there. Gets him turned once more. Now he's getting him counted down once again. Daybolt nearly pinned himself. Got 3 more there. That'll make it 12-1. And Daybolt moves to the second period, leading 12-1. Daybolt gets 2 right away, quickly on the reversal, and now he's some back points away. Daybolt nearly tossed to his back. Works his way through. He's still in a headlock and now gets himself out. And now Daybolt here with near fall points is going to get himself a major decision. Technical fall, excuse me. He's got it there. Going to try to finish with a pin. Going to try to get that extra point here with a pin. See if he can get it through. They're going to allow him that opportunity here. Now he's got him in the headlock. Going to try to finish here. Because then he'll only get the tech fall. And he does get the pin for Max Daybolt. 13 points for Centennial to start things off here with 1:13 to go in the second period. Dable got him and was able to finish him off in the headlock. So we move now to 165, where it'll be Jacob Hand for Centennial against Caden Leonard for Centennial. Wrestlers have split this season so far. Should be a pretty good match here right away. Leonard working hard on that head immediately. You see Leonard's got it in. He's got that ankle right now pulled in. Leonard does. Hand couldn't quite get out of it, and he's holding his knee. That could not be good. Jacob Hand, his knee was underneath him in a right now. That's going to draw out the trainer, Nate Welker, immediately. That would not be good. His knee was underneath him in a pretty dangerous position. And they're checking on that left knee right now of Jacob Hand. We're only 25 seconds into this first period. Could hear a pin drop in this gymnasium right now. As Nate Welker works on that knee right now, testing the stability of it. It just was tucked underneath him in a pretty bad position here. They're going to go ahead and call that a match right now and give the win on the injury default to Caden Leonard. So best of luck here to Jacob Hand. Hope everything is okay. No, they're not. They are going to. All right. So they are going to continue now. I thought they were going to end this one right now. Looks like Hand is going to give it a go. Leonard, though, on top in his purple singlet. Johnston will be wearing purple all night. Jaguars in their silver and black. You see Hand works his way into there. Now Hand's got him on his hand. Couldn't quite get it through. Hand works through again. He's in a tough headlock position right now. No back points awarded yet, and he's back to his chest. Big match here at 165. This could go anybody's direction. But Leonard with that early takedown and stuck in a bad position. Getting back points counted down, and there's a quick pin for Caden Leonard off the early injury to Jacob Hand. Just wasn't himself after that as he's gingerly walking on that left knee as he works his way off the mat. So hopefully Jacob Hand is okay. And now we move to 175 where Jacob Helgeson from Johnston, again, one of those wrestlers known around the country. Very talented 175-pounder. Have a great career in college, the senior. And he will wrestle Ryan Smith from Centennial.
Now wrestling weight class 175 for Johnston, Jacob Helgeson. And for Centennial, Ryan Smith.
Helgeson with a quick takedown to start things off. In our third match of the evening, started at 157.
Smith.
3-1 now. Helgeson in the lead after the escape for Smith. Been a busy week here at Ankeny Centennial. Home events Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, and then a road basketball game at North Polk on Saturday. Busy time for the athletic directors. Nate Lindgren and Blake Cruikshank, as Helgeson with another takedown there to take a 6-1 lead. Looks like Helgeson's going to cut him loose once again. 6-2 as they go back to neutral. . strong 175-pounder. But Jacob Helgeson just so tough, and there he gets in on a single once again, lifts it up, and trying to finish it off, and he does. Makes it 9-2. Another 3 there for Helgeson on another takedown. As Helgeson continues to be in control of this match. Working into his back point combo here. And that'll do it for the end of the first period with Jacob Helgeson in the lead over Ryan Smith, 12-3. And it looks like Helgeson will choose to start on the bottom here to start period number 2. And a call there off a quick start. Stretched something out there. Might have started to feel a twinge of a cramp, and I would get to a fast start as well if that was the case. But he's quickly up to his feet. So explosive, and he's out for 1. And Helgeson has Smith down to the mat once again and gets the pin for Jacob Helgeson here with 1:39 to go in the second period, and that'll give Johnston 6 more team points. And we move now to 190 pounds. 4th match of the night. Danny Daybolt. Good to see him back wrestling here at home. Missed some time with an injury early on in the season, and he's back now. Daybolt will go up against Mason Rothler for Johnston. Great to see Danny back on the mat. Wrestlers locked up here at 190 early on. Daybolt gets tossed through on a single, but Daybolt working his way back. Now Daybolt and try to, if he can get his hands off, Daybolt will be in business here. Tries to get him back onto the mat, give himself some room to work with. And the hands are locked there for Rothler. And they'll restart things back to the middle of the mat. Daybolt and Rothler for Johnston work their way around a little more, continue their headlocks. Daybolt there with a quick shot. Rothler fends him off. So they continue to work right now. Daybolt leaning into him right now, almost exposed his right knee. Quickly got it back again. 20 seconds to go in this first period. As Rothler trying to push Daybolt off the mat. Sumo style here. A couple of wrestlers with a lot better hair than I've got. And that's going to be the end of period number 1, scoreless between Mason Rothler for Johnston and Danny Daybolt from Centennial. And Rothler has a choice. He's going to start down. Daybolt goes heavy on the top, starting to work a little bit high. And as he shifts his weight back, you see Rothler starts to get out. Daybolt working a throw, trying to work himself in on a throw. Gets lower, works his way back up, and puts him back down to the mat. No points there. He was already in control, but much better control right now as he now goes crossface. Daybolt looked like he was going to start to work his way around for a cradle and then works his way back to the near side. Going to be careful, looking like he wants to roll him, but you don't want to work your way to your back at all here against Rothler and expose that for even a second. Rothler back up to his feet now. Daybolt stays locked in and puts Rothler down, and just like that, Rothler with a reversal, and now Rothler slipped out of it, and now he's got the reverse cradle in on Daybolt and slips out of it. 2 points there for Rothler. Daybolt's face went hard into the mat. 45 seconds to go in the Rothler very, very high on the top. Daybolt would love to get out of this and get one more point here yet in this second period. 3-point takedowns in Iowa high school wrestling this year that makes leads a lot harder to hold on to. Daybolt working his way back up, trying anyway. They're over on the far side of the mat. He's got 15 out, or even better yet, get a reversal. And that's going to do it here at the end of the second period. 2-0. Mason Rothler from Johnston leading Danny Daybolt from Centennial. Johnston has a wrestler listed at every weight tonight. Centennial open at 106. We'll get to that point here in our halfway point of the evening. As this time Rothler in his purple singlet starts on the top. Quickly gets Daybolt back to the mat. And you got the chicken wing in on there, and Daybolt gets out of that. Daybolt going to have to work his way back up to his feet. Rothler was so good riding him for that over a minute in that second period. Trying to work his arm into a half, but Daybolt keeping it tight. Tries to go cross-face now. Get Daybolt up onto his left shoulder. Daybolt keeping his arms in tight as Rothler tries to slide through there. He slides that right arm through, working for a half. And then he gets it. Tries to run Daybolt. Daybolt up to his feet. And he gets out. Now with 44 seconds to go, Danny Daybolt going to have to cause some action here and hope to catch Rothler at some point for a takedown, trailing 2-1. "25 seconds to go now. Jags fans asking for some stalling here now on Rothler. I'm not sure they're going to get it. There's been no cautions yet. 15 seconds to go. Daybolt going to have to shoot. Might get himself caught in a bad position, but he's going to have to shoot here with 8 seconds to go. Not able to get a shot in at all. And there's a stalling. And then right at the end, Rothler gets the takedown. Not going to get credited for it, as after the scrambler, Daybolt ended up on top, but does not matter here. 2-1. Mason Rothler wins that one. And we move up to 215. Brooke Keller for Centennial against Colby Gibbons. Very talented wrestler from Johnston. Long wrestler, Colby Gibbons. A very different body type from a lot of guys at 215 that we see. Brooke Keller with a quick shot right away that Gibbons fends off. Now Gibbons shoots in on a high single. Keller trying to fight his way out of it. Gibbons gets the takedown there from behind. And escape there quickly for Keller. And Gibbons now in on a double. And another takedown there for Gibbons. Gets in on the half now. He's going to try to turn Keller, and he does. Getting counted down. Keller in a tough spot here. Gibbons looking to finish him off. Already got the 4 back points, and there's the pin. 4. That's a tall task for anybody to go up against Colby Gibbons. And Brooke Keller, who barely 215. Has a tough time lasting the first period there with Gibbons. And now we move to 285, the heavyweights. Dirk Winkle for Centennial. Nick Darling for Johnston.
Now wrestling in weight class 285 for Johnston, Nick Darling, and for Centennial, Dirk Winkle.
Darling shoots in right away, and they go off the mat. Darling realized they were getting towards the edge, does the smart thing and lets up. Darling underneath again on the underhook and throws Dirk Winkle right down to his back, and he's going to have a tough time with all 270 pounds of Nick Darling on top of him. Winkle to finish this one off. This can be hard. His weight into him right now. And there's the pin for Nick Darling at heavyweight. Centennial will be open at 106, so we will head straight to 113. And let's see here. .106, Johnston gets a 4. See who's wrestling here at 113. It's going to be Carson Augie for Centennial. It looks like he'll be wrestling Ike Bierman. No, it is not. Michael Diet will be wrestling against Carson Augie. Have not seen Augie wrestle much here at home yet this year. As Diet shoots in quickly and gets that single. And Diet there quickly up 3-0. And Diet now working with back points. Ooh, Augie about had himself pinned. And a 3-point or 2-point near fall, excuse me, makes it 5-0 with Diet in the lead. Getting counted down once again. Diet looking to finish here on the edge of the mat. Augie keeps fighting. 2 more on a near fall, and they're off the mat. We'll head back to the middle with Michael Diet in the lead, 7-0. Diet gets Augie down on the mat right away. Halfway through tonight, over halfway through, 8 of our 14 matches. As Augie rolls himself through. And there you see Diet gets him into that cradle. Augie pinned him there with 13.5 seconds in the first period. And now we go to one of our featured matchups of the night, as we're going to see Cale Vandermark against 2-time qualifier Chandrell Thompson. Vandermark, outstanding wrestler for Centennial. Here in his Cale Vandermark, we're at 120 pounds now that we move forward to, and actually we're not going to see Thompson here. Find out who end up. It does not look like. I did not the wrestler for Johnston, and we don't have the JV lineup, so we're just going to go with Johnston, I believe. As you see, Vandermark gets a quick 3-point takedown. I believe the last name was Gremmett, but I'm not certain. For Johnston, it's going to be 6-1 is the score right now. With Vandermark, this is Cale Vandermark in the lead, so. Yeah, we did not catch the name, and we don't get that information relayed up to us. I apologize to the family of the Johnston wrestler that we didn't get the name of when they announced it here. But Vandermark in the lead right now, 9-2. Trying to get him turned. Looks like he may just go to cut him loose once more. And he does. And quickly shoots in and gets another takedown. Resets himself. Now Vandermark working for the pin. Vandermark looking to finish it out. And he's in good shape to do so right now. Might have to slide his left arm out anyway. To finish this off, he's going to put some more pressure on that right shoulder. Continues to try to get that right shoulder on the ground. But he's kind of got his own shoulder, his own arm underneath there, trying to slide it out. But he's got such good position here. He doesn't want to give it up. He's already got 4. Continues to try to run. Slides it through. There's the right move. Slides the arm through and gets the pin. Notice he just tapped it right out of the way there late. Just a little bit of a tap on that right arm and clears that shoulder. And Cale Vandermark gets the pin for Centennial. And we move now to 126. For Johnston at 126. It looks like this is going to be Chandrell Thompson for Johnston now at 126. And he'll wrestle Will Sloan. Yep, that'll be Chandrell Thompson. And he will go up against Will Sloan, the freshman here, at 126. And Thompson, a 2-time state qualifier with a very fast takedown. Sloan now trying to work in on the leg to get his head out and get a reversal. He gets the escape, and then he's in on a leg right away. Doesn't get points for the escape because he never technically got out of there, and now just like that on him, and Sloan, you have to try to pull that leg in, and we got a potentially dangerous situation here. Looks like Sloan had the knee pulled in at an awkward angle, and after seeing earlier Jay have a minor knee injury, they wanted to get right on top of that. Thompson works his way across and gets into a cradle. Going to try to roll things over here onto their left side. Flips himself through. continues to, and he gives up on the cradle. Try to go to work in a different way. Leading 3-0, Chandrell Thompson from Johnston over Will Sloan, freshman from Centennial. 126 pounds here tonight, our 10th match of the evening, moving quite quickly. Thompson gets pretty high here as he's trying to turn Sloan over. You may cut him loose soon. Not really getting anywhere here now. Just with 20 seconds to go, he'll finish out, riding him out here in the first period. At least try to. Again, I want to thank Joe Bennett with Remax Precision for being our presenting sponsor of wrestling here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. And make sure to thank all those other sponsors that you see across the bottom of your screen for making sure that you too can see all the Centennial athletics. Sloan with a good battle here in the first period, trailing just 3-0, and he will start down. Tries to get himself turned around. Thompson still on the top, and Sloan cuts out. Sloan shoots in right away, and Thompson quickly to get around behind, and he's now up 6-1. And another one out there for Sloan makes it 6-2. And Sloan just continues to work from behind. Another takedown to make it 9-2. Thompson trying to work through on him and get him turned. He's working tight on that cradle. He's close to having it completed. Sloan did a good job of fighting it off the first time, and there once again Thompson has to give up on it. Thompson trying to control things here. You see Sloan worked his way through to a leg, and Thompson tosses him over, and Thompson in a good position here. He's got control of that right arm. There it is. Ooh, that's a tough spot. Ooh, that head was tucked underneath pretty good there for Sloan. Got blood here on Sloan, it looks like. Nose for Will Sloan. 3 back points there makes it 12-2. As you see, head trainer Nate Welker quickly working on the nose of Sloan. Quick time to recognize Nate Welker and Taylor Brecht, I should say now, as she's not listed or listed in the program. Often see those two. It's been a busy week for them here. Busy winter season as it is for all the athletic programs around Central Iowa. So much going on, and it's not going to get not going to be any less as we head into the spring season with all the soccers going on, boys and girls soccer. Stuff going on all the time. Golf as well. Although we are down into very close to the postseason, we've got our final wrestling match here on Centennial Digital. Will be the final duel will be a week from tonight, as the Jags will take on top-ranked Southeast Polk. So make sure to be in your seats early for that one. There will be a ton of people here. It'll be an electric atmosphere for that one. It'll be senior night, so make sure there was 18 seniors for these this Jaguar wrestling team. Thompson's going to cut Sloan loose with 52 seconds to go in the second period. Sloan trying to reach for that ankle to get it picked, and then Thompson throws in the underhook, trying to complete it. He gets in there and does. Sloan throws in to try to throw him. His wrestler's throwing around like a couple of heavyweights right now. Thompson works in once again. And Sloan on top. Sloan close to the takedown. And Thompson rolls through, and he gets the 3 to make it 15-3. Jags wanting Sloan to shoot and score some points here. 12-4, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's the end of the second period. Thompson chooses to start in neutral here in the third period, and why not? He's putting on a takedown clinic right now here at 126. Shoots again there, he gets in on a single. Sloan going to try to pull it through. He turned his body too much. As you see, Thompson trying to work in on a cradle now. And Thompson gets the cradle, rolls through. Sloan, though, gets the reversal. A spark here from Will Sloan. Thompson tries to roll through. Sloan holding on for dear life. Thompson rolls around. He gets the reversal. Makes it 20-6. As our scoreboard on the individual scores does not go that high to show that it's 20-7 right now. Potentially dangerous situation now. Thompson working his way around, trying to get one more takedown to make this a tech fall. He's got 30 seconds to do it. As Sloan continues to fight it off and try to keep it at a major. Sloan shoots in, and it's going to be close if he gets his leg out. Thompson trying to pull his way through, and Sloan gets the takedown. Sloan actually had Thompson on his back for a moment. And that's going to do it. A major decision here for Chandrell Thompson. As Thompson wins that one 20-10. Good fight there out of Will Sloan, especially as the match 132. Andrew Rowland comes out for Centennial. That'll be Joshua Anglo for Johnston. Couple seniors going up against each other here in our 11th matchup of the night, and they found a little more blood on the mat, and that'll send out Nate Welker once again. A lot of FaceTime tonight for our athletic trainer up here at Centennial. Trainer slash maintenance man as he gets that mat cleaned off. Anglo for Johnston and Sodergren, or excuse me, Rowland for Centennial. Should be a good one here at 132. Rowland goes in, working in on the headlock. And off the mat they go as Anglo slid out a little bit. Lucky he didn't pull something. My old legs would have definitely pulled a groin with that little slide once he hit the hardwood of the basketball court. Rowland tries to shoot once again, this time fought off by Anglo. Turning into a late night on the north side as we approach the 9 o'clock hour here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Boys wrestling tonight presented by Joe Bennett Homes. Joe Bennett, realtor with RE/MAX Precision. Thanks to Joe for all his support over the years here of especially our wrestling coverage. Joe and his wife Jen, huge supporters here in the Ankeny community. Good job there by Rowland to fight off the attempted double by Anglo. And that's going to do it here for the end of the first period. Scoreless between Andrew Rowland of Centennial and Joshua Anglo for Johnston. Rowland had the option, chose to defer. Quickly out is Anglo to take a 1-0 lead here early in the second. Both wrestlers continue as Rowland shoots in there, but Anglo hard in on the head, able to fight him off. Anglo shoots in quickly there, and he's fought off. Rowland goes after him once again, but no points there. As you see, Anglo so quick to fight off those shots. Anglo wearing a brace on his right shoulder underneath his singlet now. I think you can see that on the stream. Rowland trying to shoot once again. You see the underhook thrown in there by Anglo and then fought off, and they're back to circling each other. Anglo goes in hard at the head. Neither wrestler able to score a takedown yet here at 132. Halfway through the match. There Anglo shoots in once again. Rowland fights in on it. Can't quite get him turned around. Couldn't quite get that torque in on him and get him on the mat. For a 1-0 match, it's been very active. Get the feeling this could come down to a late takedown at some point in this one. And that'll do it for the end of the second period. As now it'll be Rowland, and we got a caution on Rowland for moving a little bit early. Rowland going to try to get a point here. He's up to his feet. And gets it. Ties it up here at 1. 1-1 here with a minute 47 to go in the period number 3. Andrew Rowland of Centennial, Joshua Anglo of Johnston at 132 pounds. Could be a lot of action here in the last 90 seconds. Both wrestlers very defensive, but it hasn't been for a lack of attempts on shots as Anglo shoots in again there and Rowland fights him off. Now Rowland shoots. On the edge of the mat, they're nearly off. As Anglo's got that leg, he's going to try to pull him back in and finish the takedown. Anglo keeping that foot on the mat, in contact with in play there. And he's trying to pull Rowland back in, and off the mat they go, and no points there. .6 seconds to go. Now Rowland shoots. Anglo sprawls Gets around on him. Now he's going to try to throw him. Roland trying to work his way out of this hold with 40 seconds to go. Thrown down to the mat, and there's that takedown late in the match that we were expecting. Anglo now takes the 4-1 lead. He's going to try to finish this thing out on top with 26 seconds to go. Rolling through and nearly rolled himself to his back here with 12 seconds to go. And Anglo, in the matchup of a couple seniors here, is going to come away with a win, 4-1 here at 132. Joshua Anglo for Johnston, scoring 3 more team points for the Dragons. And now Ethan Sodergren and Isaiah Madison, a couple sophomores for their respective squads. Madison for Johnston. Sodergren had a great freshman campaign for Centennial, coming in on the tail end of his sophomore year now. Sodergren slips a little bit on the shot and then immediately gets around on Madison for the takedown. Thought he might be able to throw him into a back point combination. Now he's working his way high, putting the pressure on that left arm. Really controlling the hips. Right now, going to be tough to get him turned with his hips being controlled as well. He's still working on it. Those arms are high above his head, and Madison fights him off. Now he's going to try to run him. And he does. Sodergren's got him on his back. And he rolls through. And now Madison looks to get a reversal after the 2 points on the near fall. But Sodergren's still got a hold of that leg. Each wrestler has control of the other one's leg. And just like that, Sodergren rolls through. Has 3 points on the near fall at the moment. There's 4. Got 2 more, excuse me. And Ethan Sodergren now leads 7-0. Sodergren working through once again. Got 2 count there. Got 3 now. He's going to try one more time. And Sodergren gets a 4-point near fall there to take an 11-0 lead. And it looks like Madison's got some blood. Another trip over to see Nate Welker. He's been active today at basketball practice, track workouts, and now he's here late tonight with wrestling. As they continue to work out there on the mat. He knows there from Madison. Coach Aaron Tecklenburg out there checking on his wrestler there for Johnston. Right now, though, all the momentum on the side of Ethan Sodergren, leading 11-0. As we head into the second period, and Sodergren will start down. Madison trying to work up high here and get him turned. And Sodergren, the strength of Sodergren to fight that off. Trying to work his way back up to his feet, but Madison keeps grabbing that ankle. He's got control of it right now. Now Sodergren gets up to his feet with a wide base. Madison keeps spreading him out even more and gets him back down to the mat. 140 to finish out the night. You see Madison trying to with that arm bar to get, and they're going to call a dangerous situation there, and Sodergren is shoulder. He says, ow. They're waiting to see if they need to bring the trainer out or not on the potentially dangerous. He is in some pain. They're going to go on injury time here for Ethan Sodergren. That left shoulder, maybe it been underneath his shoulder, muscle down there, a rib. And Sodergren's going to go back in. Right back down. Looks like he'll be hopefully okay. Jaguars have had so many injuries this year. And Madison will start off on the top. Sodergren's going to try to avoid giving up that shoulder, and that's exactly where Madison goes once again. And Sodergren rolls through quickly there and gets the throws Madison right down to his back. Sodergren working his way through. Sodergren going to try to finish this off. He got one count. There it is. He got 2 points, and that's going to be a tech fall. That'll be 15-0 with Ethan Sodergren in the tech fall here for the Jaguars. Yeah, we move up to 144. Nolan Bennett for the Jaguars against Vonway Harris Caldwell for Johnston. Bennett shoots in immediately right off the whistle. And he's going to work in on the single right now, the high single. And immediately has Caldwell down for three. He shot immediately off the whistle. Bennett on top, on control. See what Bennett's moves are right now. Harris Caldwell, excuse me, not ready for him. Just shot right off the whistle out of a cannon. Can't snooze there against Nolan Bennett. Got to see his brother wrestle here, have a great career for the Jaguars as well. Bennett family loves them some wrestling. As he continues to work now on the top. Start right now. And he's going to try to get him tilted. Can't quite work in on the half. See Caldwell trying to fight out of it, but Bennett continues to ride him. He's got 36 seconds left to try to control things on the top here in this period. No in high school wrestling, but this has been controlled literally the entire period. He got a takedown a second into the period. Tries to get that hand loose. Now tries to throw in the half. Sliding a little bit high. Has to lower himself back down. Goes crossface. 10 seconds now. A short time here in the first period. Crumples Caldwell back up. And Nolan Bennett, heck of a first period. Rode nearly the entire 2 minutes. Great period there for Nolan Bennett. Takes a lot out of Caldwell to have to fight from the bottom the entire period. And they will start neutral in period number 2. strong grip from Caldwell to hang on to Bennett's arm as he tried to slide away. High on the arm, too. Bennett shoots in again, but Caldwell fights it off. Bennett, a very active wrestler, fun to watch. Bennett throws the underhook in initially, and it's fought off. Way over on the far edge of the mat. And they're off the mat. They'll go back to the middle. Restart things here with all ones on the board. Bennett shows a shot once again, and Harris Caldwell works his way around for a takedown to make it 3-3. Harris Caldwell will have the option in the third period, so Bennett's going to want to get him his way out of this and get at least one. And he's back up to his feet and does get himself out to make Bennett in the lead. But Harris Caldwell, third period. 27.9 seconds to go in the second. Bennett, long, lanky wrestler here at 144. Harris Caldwell shoots in high on the double, but Bennett trying to sprawl out of it. Now throw in the headlock. Can't get out of it, but does a good job fighting off that double, and then shoots in again. Harris Caldwell with 4 seconds to go. No points awarded as he tries to work his way around, and that's going to do it. No more points awarded as Bennett might have. And, oh, actually it'll be Bennett choosing. Bennett will be on the bottom. I thought it was the other way, so Bennett had the option. And he's going to get cut loose here right away and give himself a 5-3 lead. See if Nolan Bennett can finish this one out and get the win for the Jags. Little flyby there, shoots in again, high on the single, and Harris Caldwell throws himself through, and he's got control of the hands, and now Bennett trying to work his. Caldwell catches him on his back, and Bennett's going to have to try to fight his way out of it. He got the 3 already and gets the pin for Vaughn Harris Caldwell. Couldn't quite finish out the match as he had a great effort there from Nolan Bennett. Now we head to of the evening. Cade Bland for Centennial, Parker Casey of Johnston. Casey tries to shoot right away. Bland fights him off. There, Bland shoots in and gets a single quickly there. 3 points there for Parker Casey. See Casey continuing to ride that shoulder hard. Get Bland turned. He's got 69 seconds to do so, and they're close to being off the edge of the mat. And they are. So we head back to the middle with Parker Casey leading 3-0 over Cade Bland from Centennial. Casey getting back points now on Bland. And gets the pin to finish things out. Johnston will win it tonight, 58-17. Number 3, Johnston, the Dragons, over number 11, Centennial, 58-17. Love to get the Jags back healthy again and get them back to a full lineup. But for now, it's Johnston getting the win tonight. The Jaguars will head to Urbandale for a tournament on Saturday. We'll be back on the air on our Facebook page tomorrow night for boys basketball as the Jags take on Dallas Senator Grimes here at Centennial. We're going to go sing some karaoke at the Cabaret tonight. Hope you all can join us there after the match. Thanks to everybody, Ellie, Josie, Luke, for helping us out tonight here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. And special thanks to Joe Bennett with RE/MAX Precision for being our presenting sponsor of wrestling here on Centennial Digital. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.